suddenly loud as a mortar. There is hope. Finally,
Yes, Leo, there is hope.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Alfred Urey and Jason Robert Brown's musical masterpiece, Parade, is back on Broadway under the direction of Michael Arden. And we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company led by Ben Platt and Michaela Diamond. It is opening night, my friend. Welcome home to Broadway. How does it feel?
It feels incredible. I mean, it's a dream come true. Since I was a little kid sitting on my floor listening to the cast album of Parade in the late 90s, to opening night again, and with such an incredible group of people, I couldn't be more excited.
How proud are you of this production now that it's back on Broadway?
Oh, I'm enormously proud of it, but it's more than that. I didn't know. We couldn't have known 25 years ago that there was such a thing as the right time for this piece or the wrong time, and clearly it was not the right time 25 years ago, and in ways that we could never have anticipated and that I wish were not true. It is certainly the right time for it now.
It feels remarkable. The theater gods have really smiled on me tonight, and that's a wonderful feeling. I've been in the theater, 60-something years, and here I still am, and it's a thrill to be back.
What's made this so special for you with bringing this new Parade to Broadway?
Well, first of all, it's a brilliant production, and it's brilliantly directed, and from Ben and Michaela down, it's a perfect, and the reception we're getting from the audiences are just a delight to warm any writer. Just to be in that audience and see them react to our show, I'm very proud of everybody.
It's the perfect time for this musical, and I talked to Alfred the other day. They could have written this yesterday, which is sad at the same time, but it's also enlightening to open people's minds. Tell me what it means to you to have this show on Broadway right now.
I think Michael did such a good job in terms of making this a real revival, a real reinvention of what this story is, and hopefully you sit in your seats and think that it's probably more contemporary than you thought walking in the house.
Agreed. I think that the subject matter is obviously very contemporary, but I think what Michael has uncovered is that the piece and the way that it's written and the storytelling is already very contemporary in terms of the way the book and the music interweave and the way that the sort of a crime story is unfurls. So I think it feels incredibly new.
Singing this gorgeous score. We all fell in love with this score, what it means to the two of you.
Everything. We both have loved this score since we were kids, and I think to sing Jason Robert Brown in front of Jason Robert Brown, it never gets old, and I hope I don't fuck up those notes.
You won't. No. It's the best. It's what we look forward to the most every night are the two. I mean, all the songs we get to sing, but the two iconic Jason songs that we get to sing together. It's very, very, very special. It doesn't happen all the time, things like that.
And sharing the stage together. You've all worked with some incredible people throughout your careers, but what's made this so special of working together?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
She can't stop crying.
I can't. I'm sappy today. I think that we both have such a deep respect for each other and how we grew up, just like musical theater nerds. And I think that singing into each other's faces every night can create a bond like no other. And I just it doesn't get old every night. I just love and look forward to doing it a million more times.
Me too. Yeah, the story's all about Leo learning to believe in his wife, and I believe so deeply in Michaela and her as a person and in what she can do, and she's so gifted. So it's just a very natural journey to go on. And it's hard in the beginning to pretend I don't.
Gotta act.
Gotta act.
It is opening night, my friend. How do you feel tonight?
I am thrilled. I'm so beyond description. It's been an amazing experience. Michael Arden has created this amazing experience for all of us in terms of a work environment, and we're just so thrilled to be telling this very important story that is also so gorgeous and so moving, and it's a thrill. And you don't get many openings on Broadway, so it's pretty great.
What's made this so special for you with working on Parade?
First and foremost, Michael Arden. I worked with him a few years ago out of town, and since then I've always wanted to work with him again on something equally important. And what a thing! I mean, to work on Parade, which I knew as a young 20-year-old, with Jason and with Alfred and Michael, it's a perfect concoction.
I mean, there are so many things that make this special. I played this part in college. It was my first big musical that I ever did in college, and now I'm here doing it on Broadway. So it's a really incredible full circle moment.
I'm so excited to be telling this story, especially at this time. It's such an important piece, and to be immersed in it, it's a blessing.
Yeah. Jason Robert Brown, first day of rehearsal, told us that when Parade happened back in the 90s, Hal Prince looked at him and said, one day people will get it. And I think that day is now. The fact that anti-Semitism is still so prevalent in our culture is really kind of wild. So I'm glad that art can at least shed a light on that. And I think that's why it's so important to keep shedding that light and putting a mirror up to society and doing it on Broadway.
This is a piece that needs to be heard and needs to be seen now, and the fact that we had some very unwelcome visitors at our first public performance was testimony to that. And I knew that if Nazis are against you, you're doing the right thing.
How excited are you to be here and that this show is back on Broadway?
I mean, I feel overwhelmed because the show is such a special part of my life and my career, and I just feel like so thrilled for them to get to experience this brilliant piece of theater, and so thrilled for audiences that they get to share in this at such an important time when, this message is more important than ever. Hal was a visionary, as we all know, and he knew it was ahead of its time. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I knew how special it was then, but the fact that it's still so relevant, it's kind of heartbreaking that it's so relevant, but it's exciting that they get to tell this story again and again and hopefully make some inroads to, expand people's minds and stop the hatred that's so prevalent nowadays.